Have you ever been there, just stuck, so overwhelmed you feel like you can't even move? Well, today we're zeroing in on one single verse that acts like a lifeline for those exact moments. This is a closer look at James chapter 1, verse 5. Let's dive in. You know that feeling, right? It's like the path forward is just completely covered in fog. Some challenge hits you out of nowhere, and suddenly you're frozen. You have no idea which way to turn. And that feeling of being completely stuck is exactly what we're talking about today. And here's what's so powerful about where this verse shows up. James, the author, he doesn't just put it anywhere. He places it right after he talks about facing trials and difficulties, the really hard stuff in life. And that is so intentional. He gets it. He knows that when life gets tough, the confusion that comes next can be just as painful as the trial itself. I mean, this just says it all, doesn't it? That uncertainty, the paralysis of just not knowing what your next step should be, man, that can feel so much worse than the problem itself. And it's right here, in that moment of desperate need, that we're given not just a nice suggestion, but a rock-solid promise. So, what we're about to look at, it's not just a nice thought or some piece of ancient advice. James 1:5 is a real actionable lifeline. It's a promise that's being held out to you right in the middle of your storm. It's a practical tool for when you have absolutely no idea what to do next. Let's just sit with this for a second. Let these words really sink in. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. Seriously, every single part of that sentence is packed with good news for you and for me. Okay, so let's break this down. What is actually being offered to us here? We're going to go piece by piece because each part tells us something absolutely incredible about who God is and how he feels about us when we're struggling. First off, just notice the wording, if any of you lacks wisdom. It doesn't say if you're not smart enough or if you failed again. It's just a simple statement of need. And here's a truth that can set you free. Needing wisdom is not a character flaw. It's actually part of the design. We were meant to need guidance beyond ourselves. You weren't created to have all the answers. You were created to need him. And the instruction for what to do, it's almost shockingly simple. Let him ask. But what do we do? I mean, let's be real. Our first instinct is to Google for hours, right? We call 5 different friends to get their opinion. We stay up all night overthinking every possible scenario. Prayer ends up being like option 47. James is inviting us to flip the script and make it option number 1. Just ask. Okay, now get ready for this next part because it's incredible. How does God give this wisdom? He gives it liberally. The original Greek word here is homplos, and it means generously, abundantly, without hesitating, without holding anything back. God doesn't ration wisdom. He's not stingy with it. He is lavish. He's just waiting to pour it out all over your situation. But for so many of us, there's this quiet little fear that holds us back, isn't there? We worry that God's going to be annoyed with us, that he's up there thinking, seriously, you again? You should have this figured out by now. We are so afraid of being a burden. And that is why this next phrase changes everything. He gives without reproach. Do you know what that means? It means without finding fault, without shame, without making you feel stupid for asking. God will never, ever shame you for needing help. He won't guilt trip you. He's not going to roll his eyes at you. That critical voice you hear in your head, that is not him. All that's waiting for you is generous, patient, loving guidance. And finally, the whole promise is sealed with this powerful, confident assurance. This is not a maybe. It's not a we'll see what happens. It is a firm guarantee. It will be given. When you genuinely ask, he answers. Now, it might not be a lightning bolt from the sky. It could come through a passage in the Bible, through a wise friend, or just a quiet sense of peace about a decision. But it will come. All right, so that's the promise. But what does this actually look like in our real, messy, everyday lives? Let's get super practical for a minute and talk about how to actually do this. Look, this does not have to be some formal, fancy prayer. Just think of it like real talk with someone who cares. Start with your reality. God, I am so confused about this. State your need. I desperately need your wisdom. And then make this simple request. Please just show me what to do. That's it. That's the whole prayer. And please, I really need you to hear this. Whatever it is you're facing, a financial crisis, a scary health diagnosis, a huge career decision, a struggle with your kids, It is not too small for his attention, and it is definitely not too big for him to handle. He cares about the specific thing that is weighing on you right now. So if you're in the middle of something hard right now, just take a breath. I want you to know this: God sees you. He knows exactly what you're walking through, and he is not frustrated or disappointed that you don't have it all figured out. He is simply patiently waiting for you to ask. You see, this verse, it's not just a nice quote to put on a coffee mug. It's a functional, powerful lifeline. It's a real, active invitation from the creator of the universe to let him guide you through this. You were never meant to navigate it all alone. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's simple, but it changes everything. Lacking wisdom is not a weakness to be ashamed of. It's an opportunity. It is your personal invitation to experience the lavish, shame-free, guaranteed generosity of God. So keep seeking, keep asking, and keep trusting that he hears you.